Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing today? We are finally back with Mind Dashers. I know it's been like a month since I've worked on it. I feel a little bad, but I've just been really sidetracked today. Hello, Mushi and Gussie. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, we're finally back with Mind Dashers again. And we're going to be starting with the next map. Thank you, Mushi, for subscribing. Tier 1. Is that just an actual sub, or is that... Well, no, that's not Amazon Prime, it doesn't look like. Yeah, I get that a lot. Well, thank you for the sub. Alright. So, I know it's been a minute, so let me restate the plan here. So now, since I'd finished Descent with the last stream, we now have 3 maps done. We have Double Path up here, Volcano, and Descent. And then this is the lobby. So, the game plan. I have the next map that we're going to be doing, which is Glacier. And then one more, which will probably be Classic, just so that way I can get it done at a decent rate. So we're doing Glacier and then Classic. And then, off camera, I'm still going to be working on GUI stuff. Maybe a little bit on camera, we'll see. I just know it's not a very entertaining thing. But once we get the maps done and we have a total of 5 maps, I'm going to stop focusing on the maps for a bit, and I'm either going to... Well, I mean, I'm going to be doing both of these, but we are either going to rebuild or make a new lobby first, or we are going to then work on abilities. I don't know which one yet, but we'll work it out. Probably abilities, actually. So that way, when I work on the lobby rewrite, or lobby remake, I can do all of the content that I have in mind. But that is besides the point. For now, we need to decide, or figure out, how this map is going to look. So let me start by dragging this up a good bit. And we're going to use this as like a base plate up here for the time being, while I get everything set up. There we go. Alrighty, so to start, let me get that like that. Since this is a glacier, or I guess kind of more like Antarctica, but we're going to call it Glacier just to call it Glacier. Because I feel like that's a cooler name. So for Glacier, we're going to need a couple different things. Yeah, it's probably going to be one of the few maps that is a surface map, and so you don't actually go all that deep. We probably will still have some caves, but I'm going to need to figure out exactly like what I want the context of the map to look like. So that's what we're going to do over the course of the next little bit. Alright, so foil. Foil will probably be used for the water. Seeing as it's a water, seeing as it's the Arctic, I feel like a darker, kind of pale water like that will work best. So we'll do that. And so that way when we do, like, going down, maybe we could, like, make it a little bit brighter as we get darker down. Okay, this is going to be the big one. Literally just the glacier texture. So we're going to work around with this a good bit. Maybe have some, like, blue ice. Not quite that blue. But, like, you know, some bluer ice. Couple variants of it, maybe. And then maybe one more that's, like, almost white. Yeah, like that. What else? We could use glass a little bit as, like, ice. So I think we might do that, even. Just a bit.
This shit look nasty as fuck!
I love that audio. I don't know why. Thank you, Gussie, for that. Let's see. What else we need? I probably should make that a bit quieter since I made the other ones quieter. We'll just do that for that one. What else? Of course, there is the actual white or actual ice color. So we'll put this in as well. We have a lot of variety for this stream. Nice. What about limestone? Does limestone look any good? That's a bit too rocky, I think. I mean, we're going to have points where it actually does become rock, because otherwise, you know, it's going to look weird. But that's besides the point. Now let's get some snow. Alright, I think that's about all that we're going to need for this. The neon god sound. Maybe. Alright, so we need to decide on an idea for this. Like, what is the map going to look like? Because I had an idea of having a snow glacier, like, Antarctica map. But I'm not sure how to actually make it look or how to make it play. Because it's going to need actual rocks. Because, like, you know, you're not going to find iron and uranium in ice. That's not how that works. I guess we could do maybe, like... We also need to figure out how to make the spawn point, because that's another thing. The spawn point could be like... Ooh, I have an idea. Okay, so I have an idea for the start, at least. I'm gonna need... what am I gonna need? Let's do pavement. We'll do it like this, and drag it over here. Drag this out like that. Bear with me here. Then we drag this out and maybe like this. Let me cook, hang on. And then we'll do like, what would be a good one for this? Rock, maybe? Sandstone. Sandstone could work. We'll do this, and now I need a wall type. What kind of wall should I go for? For this. Whoops. The wall could be concrete. I think concrete's a good choice. So let's move to concrete. I want it to be brighter. Like that, maybe. And then we do this. Drag this up. You'll see the plan in a second. Let me just work it out real quick. We're gonna need a light brick. Here, let me add a new folder real quick. Folder, and we'll name this photo station and toss everything in there. So that way we have a bit of a neater area here. Okay. Now I'm going to need to do this. Let's get it kind of like shaped up here. I think it's this way for the cylinder. Yes, my memory works. Yippee. And then we half it. Okay. Negate. There we go. Now we come over here and do this. Not too far off from my idea, Mushy. Give me a second. Now let me size this down like this. Yep, oops. Place that there. Do it to here. We'll drag these out and back some like this. Okay. Drag these up. Okay. And yeah, let me make a light brick real quick. Point light 60. Alright. So with this, I now need to also do, we'll start it over here. Have it come out a bit like this. Let's see, we could do brick maybe for this. Or basalt. I think basalt would probably actually be better. Yeah. And maybe a different texture for like this area here. Diamond plate. Yeah, that could work. Or maybe diamond plate on like the outside here, like this. Put it over here. Duplicate these, and then we'll do like 30 studs. Hello, James. Welcome to the stream. And thank you for following. Yeah, that could work. I want to do a little bit more, but this is a good start. Alright, now let's grab this, set it up here as like a lengthwise, yeah, like this. Then we gotta drag it out and align it. Just like this. And we actually don't need those there. So if you don't know what I'm going for here, this is going to be like maybe an Antarctic base. That's the idea that I'm going for here. And so this is going to be like the big, like, what's the word? Thingamabobber. Alright, here, let me grab this out. Do this, and we're just gonna do like a full metal, maybe? Alchemist. No. Metal. Maybe make this like, oh, whatever. Something like this. How am I so good at building? Well, I mean, I've been doing it for 8 years, so I've had, you know, time to improve. After a certain point, it does get a lot easier to just do things on the fly like this. So now we grab this, rotate. Is it 5 by 5? Yes. Do this, block, cylinder, 2.5, 2.5. Nope. Negate. Nope. Well, I mean, that kind of gets the same end result, but it's whatever. Put that there. I don't know if that's really all that good looking, but it's whatever. Then the idea is that this will raise up here. And actually, let me... What is this CD barrier? We'll go ahead and move this over there, because that's going to be the barrier for it. Or for this map today. There we go. Just one exit. And then we'll do like this. 5 from there. 5 from there. 5 from there. There we go. That'll work. Now I am going to get a little bit lazy here and just do this normally. Metal. Yeah, like that. And because I'm spamming these arcs a whole bunch, I'm gonna actually add one up here. Just to do it. Just because, why not? These arcs are really fun to make and mess around with. There we go. Alright, and now from here we're going to actually drape this down like this. And yeah, we'll make this metal texture. Do something like this. Okay. Let me drag these out. Drag this out. And then we do light. We'll make this neon. We'll do like 0.1 thickness glass. Something like that, and then we'll do spotlight down. Make the range as long as it'll go, pretty much. An angle of like slightly wider than usual. Shadows on. And we can move this back out here for now. And we grab this, bring it over here. Oh, that looks spooky. I like it. That little border. And then we're going to add like black cables up here to hold it. Bruh. There we go. Duplicate. I think it's just 2 from the edge. 1, 2. And then maybe 1 in the center. Like that. Is that everything from here? Nope, forgot the other light. Drag that into... Nope. Into there, and we do hanging light. We duplicate this, center it. Is that centered? Yeah. Do it again. And one more time right out here. Okay. Alright. And this will be our spawn point. Now from this point, I need to decide on what I want the rest of this place to actually look like. Because I got no idea, bro. Here, I think we'll do kind of like a ruined one, actually. So, like, have this go out a bit more, and then this down like this, maybe? Have that be like the end of it there. Alright, now I just need to think of how I want the rest of this to look. We're gonna grab all of these different, like, color references and put them up here for now. Alright, so we have the spawn point. It leads out one door. We just now need to think about how the flow of the map should go. Because, like, for example, Descent, you spawn either here, go through these two tunnels into this big area. Then there's caves that leave this big center area. So you can either like go down the big center area, or you can go down the spiral of it, or you can go into these little side caves. And that's from either spawn either, because there's a different spawn over here with another cave down here, etc. So there's a couple different options there. There's a volcano, which drops into one big central room that has a whole bunch of sectioning off areas that go into their own little mini sections, like this one here. And then there's double path, which spawns everybody into here but has 2 entrances. And then both sides are somewhat mirrored but not exact. So now we need to think about how do we want this to look. I'm thinking we can maybe go for like a glacier valley of sorts. And so like there's a bunch of high walls, but you kind of just run around. I don't know yet. I might need to be right back in a second though. Yeah, be right back. Just a second. Yes, feel free to give your advice and I'll... Oh, you're talking to him. I'll be right back in just a moment. Alright, sorry about that. Was getting a drink and also checking my phone real quick. Okay, so we have this. I just realized I don't have any ore spawns in here. I'm gonna need one. Server storage, ore map, ore spawns. We'll just duplicate one of these and take them. Oh my god, that's so many! I forgot about the ore map. It has so many in it. Have y'all seen the ore map? It's kind of insane. Here, let me actually see if I can toss it in here real quick. We'll put all these away for now. I think those just go in replicated storage. We'll put the storage items away. We don't need those anymore. Oh, whoops. These are not in the map. Why are they not in the map? Base map. Hey, we gotta name this Glacier. Toss this into there. Wall curve. Okay. What is this? Oh, it's the right. Light brick. Here, let me toss the ore map into the maps list. I think the photo station might actually be in the way of it a little bit, so we'll move that over. Let's see. Yeah, and this is a good example of the game for anybody who hasn't played it before. Or who hasn't seen our streams of it before. I got purity! Yippee! Does vanity equipping work yet? I don't know if it does, actually. I need to check that out. Oh, that's not good. Nice. I forgot to move Glacier out of there as well. Whoops. That's fine. Pickaxe. We'll buy a pickaxe. We got hammer. I do need to do some GUI refining. The GUI on this is very basic. I'll work it out. Yep, here it is. This is the ore map. It's just like a billion ores. Let's see. Y'all, no way, I found uranium. Why do I attack so fast with this? I don't think hammer's supposed to move this fast. Yeah, I don't think hammer is supposed to move this fast. That's weird. It could be that I'm just spoiled from, what's it called? I could just be, like, disciplined from Founding Stones, because Founding Stones has a really slow mine speed compared to Mine Dashers. So it could just be that Mine Dashers is faster than I remember. Yeah, okay, I guess I'm just spoiled. Or I guess this game is just spoiling me compared to, like, Founding Stones. Okay, I need to get back to work, though. Let me toss Glacier back in here, ore map back in there, Descent, Double Path, and Volcano all back into the maps. And then we'll drag the maps back out just that way I can see them. Alright, let's see. I'm going to put that up there as well because I don't really need it. Same with that. And let's see, what's a good, like, base thing? I guess we could just start with this one and work it out from there. Alright, so from here, we don't want to, like, make them wait for too long to get the ores going. So I'm thinking we start pretty simple, just like block off the wall here, or block off the walls here, like this. Make sure it's not like in here at all. Okay. Do like some, you know, some stuff. Probably have like a raised part here. Of course, this is just like layout bricks. I'm gonna make it look better later, don't worry. Maybe like over here we can have a point that goes upward. Let's like pull this around. And then over here will be a spot that you can actually get onto. Hello, Gecko. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for following as well. So, like, maybe down a bit like that. And maybe do, like, a wedge or something. Something kind of like this. Just as a, like, starting thing. Of course, it's not all going to be ice, but I'm just working it out right now so that way I have an idea of what I want to do. It's a bit difficult to think of ideas, not gonna lie. Okay, I think I have a bit of an idea. Maybe over here somewhere. I can do kind of like a cave or something. Here, let me do a little bit of it here. And like we lead into a cave right here. Actually go like full slate and whatnot in this area. And then there'll be some ores and shit there. And then maybe like a higher up area that has a radio tower or something. I'm trying to think here, y'all. I am struggling. Honestly, this might even be... Like, I might even start making some of the maps off camera. Because honestly, I didn't even think I was going to be working on Mine Dashers on stream this long. Here, let me, like, bring that down even a little bit. And I think I honestly might just like toss in some stone areas like right here. Just do some big stone thing here. Like a big old spire. Of course, with some snow all over the place. People were harsh with criticism of showing my builds.
This shit look nasty as fuck!
Hey, don't be rude. I know it doesn't look the best right now. I'm literally just trying to think of anything for a layout of sorts. It's much easier for these because they're all just caves. And so I can put ores literally everywhere. I can't do that quite as much here. I could do like a little drop off here. That'll drop into like a small cave here. I also got to try and make the map not like a slog to run through. Otherwise people are gonna not like playing the map. So just doing something like this maybe. And that'll give me an excuse to put some ores along this edge here. In fact, can even grab this. Toss like a rock up in here. Could even actually make it like a multi-layered rock even, yeah. I like the sound of that.
Baba Booey!
Y'all are having fun with the sound effects today, huh? Also, welcome Boo and Norm to the stream. And maybe have it like start coming up from here. What do y'all think? Should this be the last time that I stream map development for Mind Dashers? And I just like finish up the maps and then do the abilities on camera next time? Because we're going to have to stop streaming Mind Dashers at some point. This is like what, VOD? Or this is what, stream like 12 or something on it now, I think? Let's Make a Game is supposed to be a series. This just took a lot longer than I expected. Here, let me size this over some. You're fine with whatever you change, just like having a share in the background. Fair enough. Just clone myself to work on Mind Dashers faster. The thing is that like right now, I am such a slave to my motivation, and I hate it, because like, right now, literally all I can think about working on is Founding Stones, or Steam. Because I do actually have motivation to work on Steam at the moment, believe it or not. So like I want to do those. But I mean, I do want to work on Mind Dashers, because I do have a lot of faith in Mind Dashers. But, once again, this was also not supposed to be a super long series. I think I only continued the series because it was like a poll that I did, and it was overwhelmingly, yes, continue streaming it. I think it was because we had finished like the core mechanics, but I hadn't continued it. Yeah, this isn't Founding Stones. This is Mind Dashers. I do want to at least stream this for an hour, though, so we are going to play this for a bit longer. Or we are going to work on this for a bit longer. Will I consider playing I've done Minecraft streams. They always died by, like, the third stream. Yeah, I've done them, but they never do all that well. I love Minecraft. But they just don't ever work out all that well, it feels like. Go. I do think this has some potential. I've just got to figure out how to make it work. I think I might make this like a valley where it kind of goes up. Kind of like an opposite descent, where you start at the bottom and you can go up a bit. But like not ever out of the valley. I'm trying to like pepper in areas where I can put ores, so that way nobody's ever walking for too long, because otherwise it's going to get really boring to go through this map. It's like there would be a spot there, spot over here, after you get through like maybe a minor portion here. Alright, we're going to take a small break from that, because I'm feeling very, what's it called? Feeling very procrastinating. Hello, Ari K, welcome to the stream. I just opened up documentation by accident. Okay, so the thing that I was going to talk about, so, as you guys may or may not know, turn down the music. In this game, we have loot boxes. Now, they're kind of just random loot boxes. They're not anything too crazy. What's that feeling you do when something you realize there was a more efficient way right in front of your face? Hindsight? I don't know. But right now we have a normal, rare, and mythic box for skins. And then we have normal, rare, and mythic for pickaxes. Yeah, gambling! I'm gonna be honest, I don't dislike loot boxes as long as they're not, like, insanely unfair. Like, for instance, the normal box, there's a 0% chance of legendary. You know that. So instead of, you know, there being like a 0.01% chance legendary on all of these, you spend a bit more of the money that you earn, so you save up a bit more to get the higher chance things, instead of just, you know, there being one like gacha system that gives you super rare chances for one thing. You've got a rare to get rares, you've got a mythic to get legendaries, and you've got a normal to get normals. But anyways, so I was wanting to ask you guys, how do you guys think I should handle the boxes themselves? Because let me explain. So right now we have normal, rare, and mythic. None of all three of these have the same pool of skins in them. So like this one, it has the common skins of classic and I think refined. This one, if you get a common, it will also be classic or refined. It spins the random chance for the category first, and then randomly chooses which skin in the category. And so, the question is, do I make sets of boxes? So like this is like a normal box, a rare normal box, and a mythic normal box. And then I can maybe have different sets with different themes that would split up the different rarities. Or should I have like 5 or 6 different boxes that are the same categories but different rarities? So like this one has high common, low uncommon, rare, rare. This one has high rare, low uncommon, a little bit of unique. This one kind of has a spread of everything. And then this one is more towards unique and legendary. But then I could maybe do another one that has like high uncommon and high unique. Or high legendary, but high common as well. I don't know. I'm not sure how to handle it right now. But I've got to create graphics for them, like the box graphics. And so I'm not sure how to do it, because I was about to say, the other idea is that there is gems as a currency, because in the future I'm going to add certain ores like diamonds or rubies or whatever else that will give gems instead of money, so it sacrifices getting first place, but you get a different currency. And so I'm not sure what to do with those gem boxes, because I am going to be adding boxes that you have to pay gems to get. So I'm not sure what to do with that. So I guess probably the best way would be to do different sets like like that one, but I don't know. I guess that would probably be the best way. So do sets instead of like just classifying based on rarity alone. That way I can also do like seasonal ones. Okay, so I think I'll go with that. Let me write that down so that way I don't forget, because this was something that I was thinking about. For Mind Dash, do set boxes instead of base ones. I'll have to do some recoding, which will suck, but it shouldn't be too bad. Bye-bye, Mushy. But anyways. Okay, so we have that figured out. Then the next question. How many boxes should a typical set have? 3? 4? 5? I feel like it could vary based on the set. So I'm thinking maybe do just 3 to start, and if I add some other sets, make it go higher to like 4 or even 5 if needed, or less, just 1 or 2. I don't know. I think that's what I'll go for. I'm basically asking you guys questions and then answering it myself just because I've been avoiding deciding. That's literally just what I'm doing. I could do that, but that would be a difficult thing to code, because I would have to code a special case scenario for that specifically. It would be a little bit annoying. I don't know. Yeah, I think I have the idea down. Yeah, unfortunately, I do think this might be the last Mind Dasher stream, at least for map building. I'll get around to doing the map building myself. I'm getting a little burnt out of map building. I am not gonna lie to you. I've even been, like, I know Fish won't be happy to hear this, but I've been considering dropping the map that I was building for him, because I'm technically building past what I originally agreed to anyways. And it's also, like, the thing that I'm working on for his map is very mine-based and caves as well. And so doing caves in that, plus caves and stuff in Mind Dashers, plus terrain in Founding Stones, plus expansions to the Undercity or anywhere else for Steam, I'm running low on Steam. You know, pun intended. Yeah, it's getting a bit much. And I've been working on Mind Dashers for a while now, and I do want to release it. But I feel like the streams are kind of reaching a null point here. Once again, I am going to return and stream it some more when I get to the abilities, definitely. When I do the abilities, and maybe when I do the lobby rewrite, I don't know. But I can't keep streaming this forever. Eventually, this game is going to be, like, ready for release, and I'm gonna have to stop streaming it because we move on. Combat this, make a city in the sky. That was actually a thing that I, like... That was a game idea that I wanted to do so desperately for a long time, is Sky Islands. I love Sky Islands. Steampunk Sky Islands are, like, my favorite overall genre ever. Like, if I could pinpoint a hyper-specific genre of, like, map, Steampunk Sky Islands. They're so fucking cool. But anyways, we are reaching that 1 hour mark. And yeah, I cannot get myself to focus on this right now. Well, this might be our last stream here for a minute. I might just do Founding Stone streams for a while, honestly. Because I don't think I want to move on to a different game quite yet. I don't need another project. So yeah, this is a very, like, sudden and anticlimactic end to the stream. I know it is. because I decided on a whim to do this. Steampunk fun without the magic, isn't it? Steampunk magic is a really cool concept in my opinion, when you don't just 100% lean on the steampunk. But it can be a bit difficult to pull off. But anyways, I'm thinking with the glacier, I'll do a cave over here, and then I'll do like the radio tower up above it. Maybe add like a way to go up there over here, and just have this be like a central hub of the valley. And just have different areas like this one here that go up and up and up until you eventually get to the very top of the map. I do think that could go well, but I don't think I have the capacity to focus on it right now. Yeah, so I need to add like a little bit more over here before I do a raise up. But that could be the end of the stream in a moment. Here, I'm gonna do a little bit more. I'm just kind of dragging it out at this point. But yeah, I'll probably make an announcement on the hub server in a moment to announce that this is probably the last Mind Dasher stream. At least for a while. There we go. We have a start to a map at least. So I would like to think that this isn't like, you know, this isn't a total loss. We have a start to a map. A nice little baseline here. Think Wild West Steampunk. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. That could be cool. If someone could pull it off well, that could be a really cool concept. Honestly, steampunk can mix with so many different genres, it's amazing. Fantasy steampunk, cold steampunk, which I think is just called frostpunk, Wild West, space, kind of. I mean, steampunk isn't really like, you know, space-worthy, but you get the idea.
Bingus.
Bingus. Well, yeah, so Dieselpunk. From now on, I suppose that might be all for Mind Dashers for now. Let's see. The next things I might stream. So Founding Stone streams, those are absolutely happening some more, because it seems like you guys really enjoyed the Founding Stone streams. We might do some game nights. I don't know what yet, but it could be fun. I could always stream Minecraft some more if that was an interest for you guys. I don't know if you guys are interested in that. What else? What else? I could do some streams of old game development, like Zombie Invasion or Classic Lava. Siberian coal mining simulation game night. Other than that, there also comes the point of the next Let's Make a Game, because Let's Make a Game is a series. This is technically Season 2, because the Infinity was originally Season 1, but, Brick Bronze Light game? It got canceled back in, like, 2017, bro. Anyways, yeah, like, the Infinity was Season 1 of Let's Make a Game. But I never actually finished it, because I didn't like the art direction. But other than that, let's see. Let me pull this over here so that way y'all can see it. Somewhere, I don't like seeing my Discord on my first monitor. I don't like seeing this at all. Somewhere, where is it? When did I make Mind Dashers? When was that, like, introduced? September 1st? Polls. Classic Lava. Let's make a game. Mind Dashers. Okay, well that's the start of it right there. Maybe it was in Steam. Sorry, I'm trying to find a very specific poll that was done a while ago. Infinity Dungeon. Nope. In here, maybe? Nope. Dude, where is it? Sorry, I'm trying to find a very specific poll from a while ago. But I don't know where I put it. Okay, it's not in that server. Let's make a game. Where the hell is it? I can't find it. Here it is. By overwhelming majority, I will be returning to streaming in the building game series. Okay, so this is kind of outdated now, but this was the initial poll for Let's Make a Game. And as you can see, the very first two ones were the Infinity, which was that one right there, and Mind Dashers, which is what we're doing now. There were still 4 other ones. Temple Conquerors. I don't know about the Unnamed Tycoon. That one probably would just know. Infinity Dungeon. And Community-Based Cooperation Free Roam. What? Okay, I don't know anything about this one. Okay, so I don't remember all of these perfect. But one of those could end up being the next game that we stream. For Let's Make a Game. Now, I'm going to take a bit of a break before I return to Let's Make a Game. But we have Temple Conquerors. Temple Conquerors is actually a game kind of like Mind Dashers. Because for those who don't know, Mind Dashers was actually a project that I tried to make ages ago with someone else. Now, I don't know if I still have the old file for it. I think I might have shown it on a VOD once. Or one of the old VODs. Let me see. Is it anywhere here? No. Shared with me? No. Where is it? I know I had it, but I don't know where it is. Place for my stuff. Old mine? Is this it? Snowball is one of them as well. Yes, we'll get into that one in a second as well. Is this it? Yes, this is it. So, this was actually the first edition of Mind Dashers ages ago. From, when was this? 2017. In this fast-paced game, you and up to 7 other people get dropped into a mine, and your goal is to get as many and as rare ores as you can find in a limited amount of time. Whoever comes out with the most ores gets the win, but if you have rarer ores, they get more money. Race to become the richest miner in the history of Roblox. So this was actually a slightly different idea, where it was counted on the most ores instead of the highest value. Now it's the highest value instead of the most ores. It didn't work, but this was the original starting map here. And then, or the starting lobby, and then this was the starting map, or like the testing map. These were some of the different pickaxes we had at the time. You can really see the, you know, mid-2010s in this compared to nowadays. So Mind Dashers was originally one of those old concepts. So was Temple Conquerors. Let's see. Where is it? Right here. Temple Conquerors was a game about a huge temple, as you can see. Like this is about the size of a player here, down here. And the idea of temple conquerors was that you would spawn on the very bottom here, at the very lowest floor. And there would be 4 gates. There would be 4 gates on either end of the temple. As you can see, there's one on every side of it. And these gates would have... Andrew's Maze game. No, I haven't. These gates would have like a different number of gates on them, like this one, that would have these intricate designs, and the gates themselves would say what they needed. So in order to unlock this gate, you would need 4 gold, 9, I think that's silver, 10 coal, and I think 7 strong wood? Strong logs. And there was common class for wood, strong log, thick, coal, 3 different types of stones, crude and purified iron, raw and refined gold, ruby, amethyst, diamond, and fossils. And then we get to the fictional ones like bloodstone, skyrium, heavenium. Once again, this was like 2017 me, so the names are a little bit dated. Luminite, shadite, and redwood logs. And then we get to the crazy limonite, quintion, lavium, trionymium, baratine, empatite, runium, and prehistoric logs. Minimium, sunamite, uridium, transion, genanium, magical log, and then duominium and lotus steel. And so the idea was that you would start at the very bottom here. You could build like bases and stuff and craft and make items and stuff. And you would go through all of the gates, and then you would be able to ascend, and it would send you out to the first layer of the temple, and you would repeat it all over again. These gates would have rarer resources that you need to open the gates. You would go through, climb up, and then get put on the 3rd layer, and then do it again to the 4th layer, and then the 5th layer, all the way until you got to the final layer, which, although it's not here, the temple itself was going to have a big-ass tree on it, and it was going to be Yggdrasil, the world tree. And so once you got to the very top, you would be, like, invited to a society in the branches of the world tree. And so it was a survival, like, temple climbing game where you had to resource farm. I really liked the idea, but I didn't have the ability to do it at the time. Yeah, like, it was a really cool idea. And the idea was that, like, there would even be, like, nature and stuff on these different levels. So, like, there would still be stone and obtainable things on the layers of the temple, so you didn't have to actually descend all that often. But anyways, that's Temple Conquerors. Dr. Frankler's Therapist Sessions. That was going to be like a horror game. What else we have? Infinity Dungeon is not one that I've built, and it wasn't one that I had an idea for a long time ago. But basically, it's kind of like Ancient Dungeon or Binding of Isaac, or other games where you get like individual relics that give you abilities, except it's infinite. It just goes on forever, and you can do it multiplayer. So maybe someday. I think that's everything, though. There's Snowball, which was going to be a round-based snowball fight game that I was planning on releasing in the summer. Specifically because there was no snow in the summer. And I think that was the last of it. So... Anyways, I'm kind of just yapping at this point. I'll go ahead and stop the stream now because I know I'm not doing anything. I closed Studio, but anyways, it's like Isaac, where you can get. Well, I mean, it doesn't exist yet, so I don't know, but who knows? Anyways, I suppose that'll be the end of the stream, and this will probably be the last time that we see Mind Dashers for a bit until I get some motivation to actually finish the maps. Unless if I just really am motivated and I can get myself to do it, then I'll do a stream of making a map or something. But anyways, I suppose that'll be all, and hopefully the next time that you guys see Mind Dashers, we'll be ready for a full release. Because Mind Dashers only has... how many visits? Mind Dashers has 183 visits. Founding Stones has surpassed Mind Dashers in 2 weeks. That is actually insane. Founding Stones is something else. But anyways, I'm probably going to be working on Steam and Founding Stones today, but I will see you all later. Bye-bye, everybody. Oh, my Twitch is working. Hang on. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. Can we have water and ice? Someday.